Hello, my name is Elaine Garrity, and the purpose of this presentation is to inform everybody about what it takes to be a small animal veterinarian. Many people say they want to be a veterinarian when they're little, but it takes a lot of time and passion to achieve that childhood dream. To become a veterinarian, the typical education background requires 4 years of undergrad and 4 years at a certified vet school. In undergrad, you can major in anything you want as long as you take the courses that vet schools require. This includes biology, chemistry, and physics. Not only do you need the grades, but you also need at least 400 hours of combined animal experience. This means both small animals like dogs and cats and large animals like cows and horses, even though you just want to be a small animal vet. At vet school, you get more hands-on experience, and then you can pick your specialty. This map of the U.S. shows the choices we have for vet schools. There's only 30 vet schools in the U.S., so it's important to apply to a couple of them to make sure you get in. Once you have graduated, the next step is usually to own or work at a private practice animal clinic. Many vets can also work at labs, animal control, and wildlife centers. Unlike an equine vet or a large animal vet, the work of a small animal vet is always going to be inside the clinic. There's no travel involved unless you want to do house calls. Every clinic I have observed has had at least 2 veterinarians and at least 4 veterinary technicians, but every clinic is different. A veterinary technician is like a nurse. They help the vet surgeries and other parts of the practice. While the working conditions for small animal vets are nicer than large animal vets, they both share the common duty of preventative care. About Careers explains they do everything from wellness exams, giving routine vaccinations, drawing blood, prescribing medications, evaluating and suturing wounds, performing surgeries, performing post-surgical follow-up exams, and cleaning teeth. A small animal vet works mostly on dogs and cats, but they can see other animals like birds and reptiles if they really want to. The treatment of the animals is a vet's #1 goal, but communication with the owner is the second most important thing. It is important to not perform any surgeries without the consent of the owner. Surgeries can be expensive and tough on the pets, so the vets need to be able to clearly communicate what's going to happen. Besides having the skill of clear communication, you need to have knowledge of surgeries and different diseases. This is very important because unlike a human doctor, you're going to see different species of animals. With that knowledge comes a love for animals though. My mentor, Dr. Edlin, has told me that if you love the animals, then you're going to love the job. While it takes a lot of work to become a vet, the work does not end there. A big issue with this field is finding a job. BLS.gov explains that the employment of veterinarians is to increase 12% from 2012 to 2022. This may sound really nice, but the problem is while the jobs are increasing, so is the number of veterinary graduates, meaning more vet students and less job opportunities after school. From 2003 to 2012, the total number of seniors without a job offer from a vet school has increased from 10% to about 38%. Not only are the job offers limited, but there are certain states that have hired the most vets. This map shows the blue states California, Texas, Florida, Illinois, and New York have the highest employment of veterinarians, while the red states Vermont, Idaho, Colorado, Nebraska, and Montana have the highest concentration of veterinarians. So it all depends on what state you want to go to and how many job opportunities they will have there for you. Fewer opportunities is a big issue when it comes to being a small animal vet, but there are other issues that revolve around this job. The first issue that comes up is vet school loans. An average of $140,000 of debt arises from vet school loans. This ties into the idea of affordable pet care because with all this debt, a vet needs to make sure their practice is profitable. This may cause the cost of pet care to rise and ultimately make the family pet an expensive part of the family. This chart shows the comparison between vet school loans and the annual salary of a vet. A small animal vet makes an average of $70,000 a year, which is only half the total cost of the vet school loans they will accumulate throughout the 4 years of vet school. Many people become a small animal vet to help animals, but when it comes down to it, there are some ethical issues. Euthanasia is a difficult subject because many healthy animals are euthanized. If the owner comes in and requests their pet to be put down because they can't take care of it, sometimes the vet has to go through with their wish. As Dr. Singer once stated, do what's best for the patient becomes do what's best for the owner. So a vet might not be able to help every animal that comes into the clinic if the owner does not have a means to pay for them. While love for animal attracts people to this career, they ultimately have to make the choice that could lead to euthanasia if the animal does not have a good quality of life or if the owner doesn't have the means to pay. So that's just something you have to think about while you're wanting to become a small animal vet because there are some downsides to the job. Finally, these are my sources just in case you'd like to learn more about being a small animal vet. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me, and I hope you learned a lot of information about what it takes and how hard it is to become